Welcome to Cornwall. Hey buddy. Hey buds. What you doing? Hi there lovelies. I'm in the greenhouse as you can see, and I'm ferreting out some plants that I can put in the new bed that I'm doing. And I found a hollyhock. I found quite a few things, some poppies, larkspur, um, toadflax, that kind of thing. So let's get cracking, put them in the new bed. It's going to be nice. So I've weeded the bed at the back of the pond, and I've found that there's a bit of space left. So I've been going around looking for plants that I can put in there. I've found a couple of fuchsias that were in pots and they were completely pot bound. I've found, as I said before, larkspur, hollyhocks that have all self-seeded from, a couple of years ago, and they've made a nice plant, so I've put those in, and it should be really lovely. I've got foxgloves in there. When it's all in bloom, it's going to be beautiful. And at the front, hanging over the edge of the pond, I've got some lovely daisies, and they've made big clumps, they have, and they'll hang right over, and I'll show you those as well. Nothing really in full bloom at the moment, but it will be soon. So it's quite a bit of work, all this digging and weeding, but it's going to be worth it. So I just want to show you something first, though. Beautiful primroses, of course. And I just want to show you these. Lovely. Look at that in all the cracks. There's primrose and violets growing in the cracks. Aren't they gorgeous? Look at that. I love it. Look at those pretty primroses. And these are arum lilies that have just appeared from nowhere. I think a bird must have dropped seeds or something. So I'll just show you. Ooh, it's windy today. It's windy. Right, this is what I'm working on. I did a bit of work on that yesterday, and I did film it, but it didn't come out right. So anyway, so what I've done is I've just weeded this area, and I've got some foxgloves coming up there. And what did I put in? A hollyhock that I found, and a fuchsia that was pot bound. That should be quite nice, that fuchsia. And I've just seen some little seeds coming up there, and some poppies. So I sort of had to weed around it. There's a rose there. And there's this lovely Japanese anemone that grows quite tall. There's another rose. So yeah, so that's the back of the, where I walk to weed that section. It's my little toadstool mushroom collection. So this shrub is ribes, a lovely ribes, and it's a flowering currant. Comes in about 3 different colours: white, pink, and this darker red. So I'm walking around the garden looking for the next job, looking for the next thing that I can project, because there's 100 of them, believe me. That's a lilac, just getting its leaves. It's a big one, it's a big lilac. It's nice though. Oh, I'll show you, this is my work area, I call it my work area. Plant nursery and cuttings and things. So do you remember that I planted, seeded the pathway? Well, now all the grass is coming up and that looks so much better. It was just bare ground and it was really getting on my nerves. So it looks like this is going to be the next job. It's just at the back of the workshop. You can see this is before. Oh, there's some geraniums in there, crane's bill. There's some gorgeous big Shasta daisies. There's a couple of foxgloves, that they're going to be nice. There's some violets in that lot with the weed. There's a lovely fern there, that huge fern when it comes out. So I'll weed this. I'll weed this section and it'll look nice. And then I usually put a couple of hanging baskets up where they are. Of course, they're from last year, so they'll come down and get everything taken out, and then replanted and smartened up. So that's my next job. And then the job after that, I'll just take you down these dangerous steps. This is the wild garlic, and I quite like it. Actually, it is invasive, but I quite like it. And these little weeds are too beautiful. People get rid of. Oh no, it's not a weed, is it? No, it's not a weed. That it's. But there are weeds that are lovely, and people get rid of them, and they shouldn't really, because they're too beautiful. And this here, I'm really pleased with. It's an oleander, a yellow one, and I got a little sprit of it a couple of years ago from a friend, and it's grown into this big, it's quite a good sized shrub now. And it's going to be lovely when it's in bloom. I'll show you when it's in full bloom. I have just Googled oleander because I knew that it was poisonous, and apparently all parts of it are highly poisonous and they can be fatal if ingested, inhaled, or even through skin contact. And there's me pulling the leaves around. So here's another area that needs weeding, sorting out. Lovely violets, ferns. There's the wild garlic again. I try and keep that down as much as possible. Bluebells, absolutely gorgeous. Love the bluebells. The aquilegia are in bud, actually. Look, they're going to be out anytime soon. And I have got a lot of these plants everywhere. They're beautiful. I've got every colour under the sun, I'm sure. From the cobalt blue to the pale pink. And this is lovely. This is the Virginia creeper going over the wall. I love it when the bluebells are out, don't you? Look at that. Just beautiful. And the smell is gorgeous. So they're related, well, they're related to the hyacinth bulb. And if you plant a hyacinth bulb, it will in time revert to bluebell. Beautiful. So I wanted to show you this. You know how when you go to the supermarket and you buy celery, it's always got the tops cut off for some reason. And the tops, to me, are the best part. I love it in the salad. They're so tasty and lovely. So what I did was I cut the bottom off the celery stalks and planted it. Just put it in water. And lo and behold, it's sending out new celery. Now I'll cut that when it gets bigger and just eat it. Meanwhile, I've got some more on the go. There. I've just put that in today, so there's nothing much to look at. I'm trying the same technique with lettuce. That's a lettuce iceberg. Let's see what happens with that. Well, there you are. So that's all stuff, more stuff for my salad. And my terrariums are doing well. And in those I've got the chives for my salad, which you can see I've been cutting. I just have them. So that's a good way of doing it, isn't it? You've got the chives growing that you can use in your cooking. And yet it's ornamental because you've got the lovely other plants and moss and stones and things. It makes it a bit more interesting than just having a pot of chives on your windowsill, doesn't it? Don't you think? So this picture shows you don't have to put Virginia creeper on a wall. You can put it on a gate or, that kind of thing, and it looks fabulous. And I did have this on my gate for quite a few years, and it was absolutely stunning. Why I took it off, I'll never know. Took it off to paint the gate. Big mistake. But anyway, so I thought I'd finish off the video just by showing you a few pictures of the garden, last year before. And just to say also, if there's anything that you would like me to chat about, just let me know in the comments. It doesn't have to be gardens. It can be anything at all. It can be lifestyle. It could be whatever you like. Just let me know and I'll do my best to give it a go. So just some random pictures of the garden at the moment. And I hope you've enjoyed the video. And if you did, it'd be lovely if you would subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. And with that, I will say bye for now. And as always, love and quality.